Two girls who grew up side by side, born in the same flats, walking to school hand in hand, sharing every laugh and every secret. They don't fully understand their feelings yet, but deep down there's a love between them that words can't explain. This is a brand new Thai GL love movie of 2025, filled with friendship, heartbreak and romance that will keep you hooked. In this video, I will explaining the full story with visuals and highlighting the most romantic moments. So make sure to watch till the very end only if you really love watching lesbian love stories.
พี่แอนเล่นไอ้นั่นกัน เนี่ย
They start off as inseparable friends, sharing their days, their dreams, and slowly something deeper begins to bloom between them. That innocent bond starts turning into love, though neither of them is sure how to face it. But the story doesn't just stay sweet, because by the end everything changes. The movie leaves us with two haunting possibilities. Did she decide to escape and run away from everything? Or did she just give up completely and end her own life? It's a mystery between love and tragedy that makes the film so powerful, and trust me, this movie will leave a mark on your mind as well as in your heart, because this is not the kind of story you can easily forget. In this video, we will dive into every detail from the first spark of romance to the ending that will leave you questioning what really happened. So let's begin with their innocent friendship. The two main characters of this movie are Jane and Anne. Both of them were born and raised in the same police housing flats since their father were police officers. But life wasn't the same for them. Anna's father had died years ago, leaving her mother drowning in debt, while Jane's family lived more comfortably. Yet, despite the differences in money and status, those two girls grew up side by side, always together from childhood to school days, sharing every moment of their lives together. The third main character is Tong, a new police recruit who unexpectedly comes into their lives, but his presence leaves a huge impact on both of them.
แอนเจนเฮ้ยโอ๊ย
They were so close that they always had sleepovers, falling asleep side by side. Sometimes they even played a sweet little game where they touched their eyebrows together, like it was their own secret way of showing love without saying it out loud. On the other hand, Anna's mom kept borrowing money from Jane's mom, something Anna really don't like, but they had no other choice. In fact, it was Jane's mom who even helped them keep their flat so Anna's family could survive.
ให้ได้ก็พี่รักน้องเจนไงสิ่งเดียวที่จะชนะเงินได้สำหรับพี่อะ
They even had a secret flat, an empty one they used to sneak into and spend time with their friends. But one day when they almost got caught, they quickly crossed over to the flat beside it, which actually belongs to Tong. Later, Tong came to Jane's mom for some money when she told him to take Jenna for workout so she could lose weight, and also joined them, and the three started spending more time together. Every night, Anne and Jane would wonder about the fate they always saw from the flats, where it went and where it turned. With Tong's help, they finally discovered the answer.
ชอบแอนใช่ป่ะเราอะ
ว่าไม่ได้ชอบรู้จักกันตั้งแต่เด็กจะชอบได้ไง
ใช่ป่ะ
Tong started to suspect that Jane actually liked Anne, even though Jane herself hadn't realized it yet. But when Tong pointed out, something changed. From that moment, Jane began looking at Anne differently, like she had never really seen her before. One night, caught up in the moment, Jane kissed Anne, and Anne kissed her back. Jane even said it felt just like when they used to kiss as children, only now it meant something more. After that night, things between Anne and Jane weren't the same anymore. They both start acting differently. Soon, we also learned that Anne always dreamed of becoming a flight attendant, hoping one day she could escape the flats and fly away. Meanwhile, Tong opened up to Jane, telling her the reason he always called her Piggy. He revealed that he had a daughter, and Jane's face reminded him of her. He even taught Jane how to drive. As they spent more time together, Anne couldn't help but feel jealous. And from this point, the first cracks cracks in their bond began to show. Confusion, jealousy, and emotion that would eventually lead to something terrible. One night, in her sadness, Anne went back to that empty flat, but somehow ended up in Tong's room instead. Things took a dark turn the next morning when Jane came by to scare Tong and walked into his room without knocking. Realizing what she had done, she quickly hid as Tong got up. Jane had only come to look for her phone, which she thought she would lost the night before. But from Anne's point of view, it looked completely different. She saw everything and started to believe that Jane and Tong might have spent the night together, even though that wasn't true at all. This misunderstanding gave birth to the second major confusion between them. After that, Anne and Jane began seeing each other differently, and all because of the confusion pulling up between them. As viewers, this is the point where we desperately wish they would just sit down and talk it out, because if they had, everything could have been cleared so easily. But instead of talking, they let the silence grow, and when they did face each other, it wasn't with honesty but with arguments. At first, Anne and Jane easily became friends with Tong. He was kind, supportive, and truly a good human being. Tong saw Jane almost like his own daughter. He even called her Piggy because she reminded him of his daughter. With Anne, he tried to help whenever he could, even giving her money so she and her mother could survive. But sadly, the society didn't see him that way. Neighbors start whispering, questioning why Tong was always around the girls. His kindness, his bond with them, and even his small gesture of support were twisted into something else. And this is where things started to change. For Anne and Jane, who were already caught up in their own silent feelings and confusions, these rumors became poison. They made Anne question Tong's intentions. They made Jane feel guilty for being close to him, and all of this only added another war between the two girls. Instead of clearing things up, both of them got lost in doubt and assumptions. What should have a friendship filled with care and trust slowly turned into another reason for Anne and Jane to drift apart. Jane began ignoring Anne, even at school where they were always together. Things got worse when Jane said something she didn't mean about Anne and Tong, and the rumor quickly spread across the flats. Soon people started saying Anne had to marry Tong. When Anne found out Jane had told her mom, she got very angry, went straight to Jane's house, scolded her, and even broke their flower pots. That's when Jane apologized, and things seemed sorted out between them. Meanwhile, Jane's mom asked Anne's mom to return the money she borrowed. When Jane asked why she needed it, her mom revealed the truth that Jane's father had been cheating on her and had even bought a new house with his mistress. In the middle of all this chaos, Jane chose to stand by Anne. She took off a precious ring, one that her mother had given her, and placed it in Anne's finger. The next morning, Anne finally decided to chase the dream they had always shared, to ride the ferry they watched every night. She took Jane's hand and together they went for it. On the ferry, Jane reassured her that everything would be okay and gently told her to close her eyes and pray. But when Jane opened her eyes, Anne was gone. All that was left was the ring Jane had given her. And this is where the film leaves us with two possible endings. Some believe Anne truly loved Jane but chose to end her life because she couldn't bring herself to abandon her family while chasing her own dreams. Others believe she didn't die at all, that she simply escaped, running away from her mother's endless cycle of debt, pain, hoping to find freedom on her own.